I Want to Be a Wall Volume 1 review. An arranged marriage, a marriage of convenience, arranged by parents to bring two families together, with political, dynastic, business, or similar society motives behind the contract has been a favorite fictional plot over many years. But the 21st century wedding that we see at the start of I Want to Be a Wall is very modern, and that the bride and groom are not in any way romantically involved, nor are they ever likely to be. The best they can hope for is that they will be life partners, companions, living together but never sharing a bed. This is because Yuriko describes herself as asexual and incapable of romantic attraction, and her new husband, Kakorota, is gay, is still crushing his childhood friend Sosuke as they try to force a smile for the wedding photographer. Both are playfully shy. We wonder what's led up to this moment. Cut to the couple moving into their new home, and the Marumo man unpacking boxes and boxes of books. This is Yuriko's precious collection of BL manga. Curiously, her new gay husband seems to be utterly obvious when it comes to BL, and she eagers for him to stay that way. But as his childhood friend Sosuke arrives to offer his congratulations, she recognizes that she now party too, and part of a one-side real-life BL relationship. Even if I have to keep my feelings hidden, Kagurato tells Yuriko later, I'll stay by his side as his childhood friend. From here on out, even if nothing ever comes of it, I'll continue to love Sosuke. The usual newly married couple cohabiting for the first time. Situations are explored. Shopping for two, cooking for two, with inevitable experiments, and charred disasters attend to rise when neither of the pair are used to cooking is a very harmony portrayed. Gakurota has been bought a book entitled 100 Steps to Be the Perfect Husband, which he's been studying. Then in chapter 5, the focus switches to Kakorota's point of view as he tells the readers how he feels about Sosuke and how their friendship has somehow weathered Sosuke's many girlfriends. One can help wondering why Sosuke, a professional gardener, hasn't yet settled down. Did we see more of Yoriko's school life, her long friendship with Omi-chan, their joint passion for BL, and how the two of them grew away from each other at university when Omi became much more interested in her appearance, partying, and meeting boys. I Want to Be a Wall is good at showing us what it means to be a young woman in Japan, feeling pressure to conform to societal norms and get married, and then even more pressure from doting parents to give them grandchildren. But it doesn't yet reveal to us exactly how the two protagonists met and decided to commit to a partnership that would be for their convenience. And I feel even a chapter we have helped at this stage. Hitting the ground running makes from a dramatic opening, but is telling the story the wrong way around. There are several ways to spread this first volume, and the least complicated one is to take the situation at face value and applaud mangaka Honami Shirano for portraying an ace asexual female character. After all, ace are romantic people. The A and LGBTQIA+ are still greatly represented in contemporary fiction, but so many hanging on a mo. Issues arose for me in reading and then rereading this manga that I could ignore them. So I apologize to readers who love this but question me, but I can just happily accept the concept because the sheer practice salitize of making such an arrangement work keep arising. These two do indeed make a charming couple, but I have so many questions about their futures that I hardly know where to start. If Sosuke were to undergo the gay for you, change the heartthrob so beloved of some BL writers and sweep Kakorota off his feet, would Yuriko really be happy to stand by and cheer them on? Surely, the two men will be the ones to get married. It's interesting that Young Press has also published the fascinating and moving Until I Met My Husband by Ryosuke Nagasaki, based on his own experiences as one of his first gay men to marry his partner in a religiously recognized ceremony in Japan. And without going into unnecessary detail, what are Kokorota's sexual urges needs? He's a grown man. How's it going to work out now the couple are living together? I don't want this to sound prurient, but surely it's a genuine issue as he's not the one saying he's asexual. Even his new wife is certain that she doesn't feel any kind of sexual or romantic desire for anyone. She nevertheless seems very happy to cheer on her OTPs in the BL manga and novels she reads. What I like about BL, she comes to realize, is that the characters are men. There's no girls like the protagonists of shoujo manga or the heroines of shonen manga. I can pretend like I don't feel out of place. It's another safe space for me. Follow me along on this. The mangaka includes more than one music scene in which Kakorota shows a real interest in BL manga or a BL novel each time. Yuriko snatches it away from him in shock horror. When he asks her about an Omegaverse title, she's horribly embarrassed. It's almost a kind of you don't You don't need to worry your pretty little head about that. My dear, role several and its honesty don't sit well with me. I also find it hard to believe that he would do know anything at all about BL as a genre, so it's a relief when he goes into a bookstore and buys his own. If the implication is that they eventually bond over a mutual love of BL manga and novels, I'm not too sure about that, given that Yuriko is portrayed as unwilling to share or modify when questioned about various BL tropes genres such as Omegaverse, which is an exclusively BL anyway. This Jan Press trade paperback edition is ably translated by Emma Hirschkomacher, read edited by Alexis Eckerman. There are 2 pages of helpful translation notes at the end, explaining terms like OTP, donjishi, events, and allusions to popular series like Prince of Tennis, Table Tennis. This seems to be Honami Shirono's second published manga series, and her graphic style is attractive and easy to follow within the individual chapters. I don't usually quote from a publisher, especially when the volume concerned as yet be published, but feeling that we need much more backstory in this volume is obviously going to be addressed in volume 2. Perhaps my concerns will lead to rest when I read the next chapter. Any good love story starts at the beginning, when how did the lovebirds meet? But it's not at first sight, and most importantly was their apart. For Yuriko and Kakarota, their initial meeting was nothing to write home about. After all, matchmaking services are unheard of, but a chance second encounter at the street revealed that as an unsexual woman and gay man, they may have much more in common than they initially assumed. And in that moment, they feel not a spark but something better. They see the of a friendship ready to take root and bloom. 7 out of 10.